Trust me, this is the most crazy XRP Ripple movie I've seen in years. There are papers about the XRP vs SEC case that were leaked by Coinbase, the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. The papers make it very clear that XRP is not guilty. Without a question, this is the best sign ever for buying. Blockchain experts say that XRP's value could soar to $1,000, 0 cents in just a few days with Coinbase's help. Don't pass up this chance. Let's jump right in. Nota bene. It looks like the fight between Ripple and the SEC is almost over. And the effects of Ripple could really shake up the whole crypto market. All eyes are now on XRP Ripple coin because there are reports of a possible settlement that could end one of the most important court cases in the history of cryptocurrencies. But behind the scenes, another important person has come forward as a quiet but strong supporter. Mint.com. There are more and more whispers of closure. Crypto Sensei gave a hint with a simple but strong word. There is talk that the SEC may be done with the Ripple case. As John Squire wrote, it could all end today. The rumor got stronger. The SEC is having a meeting behind closed doors. Is the war on XRP over now? This could be a historic time for people who own XRP, invest in it, and the wider crypto community. Coinbase recently made public internal SEC papers that show how the government doesn't always treat digital assets like XRP and Ethereum the same way. Through a Freedom of Information Act request, Coinbase showed that New York State attorneys asked the SEC to classify Ethereum as a security so that they could use it against. The SEC clearly said no. This brings up a very important question. Why go after Ripple so hard while avoiding clear comments about Ethereum's situation behind closed doors? These papers change everything. They show that the federal government isn't sure of its own position while dragging Ripple through years of lawsuits. Crypto Briefing said in a tweet that Coinbase shows internal SEC messages about XRP. What that shows is a level of regulatory confusion that hurts the SEC's whole approach to the crypto business, not just Ripple. But now the story of XRP gets even more interesting. The SEC Ripple case could end if XRP is found not guilty or partly guilty. This would allow Coinbase to relist the token. Just that move could cause prices and demand to go through the roof. The fact that Coinbase doesn't offer XRP has stopped many investors from using it. Coinbase is one of the biggest and most well-known exchanges in the US. The market will be liquid again, trust will rise, and momentum will follow once that gate opens again. It's been said over and over that Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, is hiding millions of XRP. Though it hasn't been proven, the rumor makes sense because Coinbase worked with Ripple early on and Armstrong has access to private information. If it turns out to be true, his stake in XRP's return goes beyond speculation. It turns into a strategy. The FOIA report Coinbase is likely getting ready to gain a lot from XRP's return to authority, as shown by its efforts to make regulations clearer and its possible relisting. In his tweet, Jack the Rippler said exactly what people were feeling. SEC verse part of the Ripple settlement. It sounds like there should be a party, not just for Ripple, but for all crypto users who have been waiting for clear rules and fair treatment. XRP has never been the same. Another altcoin trying to cash in on the hype? Nope, it's a system that will change how payments are made across borders. XRP has been held back for a long time because it lacks real-world use cases, business relationships, and the ability to grow globally. Not by the basics of the market, but by the law. That could be one of the most exciting comebacks in the history of cryptocurrency if those are finally taken away and Coinbase once again backs XRP. One thing is clear as the last parts of this story come out. Coinbase isn't just putting out papers, it's also changing the story. And that story might end with XRP taking back the throne, which would make things even more interesting. There's a bigger story going on behind all the court drama and shocking news that could send XRP skyrocketing. In a moment, we'll talk about Ripple's strong global relationships that most people don't know about. These aren't just news, they're the building blocks of something huge. Not only is XRP making a comeback, it's about to take over. Take a step back, and everything becomes very clear. There is a lot of noise in the market right now, but XRP is slowly getting ready for what could be one of the biggest moves in crypto history. Steph tweeted that if you zoom out, XRP looks very strong. No one is looking at it, but they might need to be. Because of XRP's past success, ongoing partnerships, and recent events, such as Coinbase's role behind the scenes, the stage is set for a rise that could go off the charts. Don't forget what XRP did before. In 2017, it rose from almost nothing to $3.80 in less than 9 months. That is a huge increase of 68,990%. How about the craziest part? Back then, no one thought it was possible either. Analyst Barry C. says that until something happens, people will always question that it is possible. Sense a pattern? That kind of doubt is back, especially since people are talking again about how XRP could hit $100.00 or even $1,000.00. Even though the numbers sound crazy, Barry C. isn't going to back down. His argument is that the same things are starting to happen again that led to the 2017 bull run. Attention from institutions, more usefulness, and a legal cloud that is finally beginning to clear. Even big statements are getting more attention again. The XRP captain told it like it is. A lot of people think that when banks start using XRP, the price will go through the roof, reaching $500.00 to $1,000.00 per coin. Skeptics laugh at those numbers, often pointing out that the market cap is too small. But they said the same thing in 2017. There's no need for XRP to reach $1,000.00 tomorrow for it to become a valuable product that changes lives. Do not miss a Monix tweet. Get ready for XRP to hit $20.00. It will happen soon. That would still be 10 times what it is now. If many banks start using XRP for international payments, if the law is finally made clear, and if big platforms like Coinbase fully back Ripple, then $20.00 could just be the start. Armando Pantoja said that when XRP goes through the roof, you become a millionaire. We should talk more about relationships while we're at it, because this is where things get really exciting. We already know that partnerships are important for the growth of any cryptocurrency, but what does Ripple have planned? It's not the same. With these partnerships, XRP could take off again like a rocket. What's coming up isn't just positive. The way you see XRP's possibilities could change a lot. The best part is that most people still don't see it coming. XRP is about to go through a huge change. Lord XRP wants to talk to you if you have XRP. XRP will soon be an important part of our new money system. We have some kind of direct or secondary link to almost every bank in the world. This is more than just a guess. Ripple has been building its network for years, and it's now ready to make that goal come true. Through its relationships, Ripple is securing its place as the core of a new financial ecosystem from Southeast Asia to the European Union. That's what makes it so exciting. You can't just hold XRP. The future of world money is here. We can't say enough about how important world adoption is. The price of XRP will go through the roof when banks all over the world start using it for international transfers, either directly or through Ripple's network. Just picture a world where banks depend